Hey, what's up, Asha? How are you doing? I am. Yeah. What's your question? I'm glad. Mm-hmm. Interesting because there is the significance of water here. Like what I was seeing even before I pulled these cards is it was like so much land and so many trees and then just like this little pool of water. And for me, water is usually an indication of um, emotional exchanges. Um, I think in regards to this person, there is something familiar about them when I think about them in relationship to you. Um, and I think that your whatever indications you've been getting from this person or anything that you have been advising yourself about this person is correct. There definitely seems to be an exchange of affection with this person that seems safe. Um, I don't know if things kind of got on the wrong foot or there was um, an expectation there that somebody had put there that was misplaced. Um, yes, you had a vision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here's this Hierophant, right? And this person is like, they've got this tool, right? But they've also got these two fingers in the air, as above, so below. And this person's like, I have to say so. Like, I have the knowledge, the inner wisdom to, I know the truth without needing a third party or without listening to somebody outside of myself. Um, Um, there might have been like an expectation on somebody's part, or like, is this a this, or what is this gonna look like, type of thing that might have. That's what I mean by like getting off at the wrong foot. Kind of, it's kind of in that same area. Um, there is opportunity for an exchange of affection here, whatever that looks like or whatever that feels comfortable to you. I'm drawn to the house in this situation, so there's some kind of structure, but it's nostalgic, it's familiar. That's what I'm saying. There's like a familiarity. uh, no past history, but we do know each other for years back. We were around each other, just not never got close and spoke to one another. Um, yeah, there's definitely an opportunity here, and like I was saying with this Hierophant, this is like, okay, I know this. It's just like an inner knowing, and you're talking about getting this vision during meditation. Well, you you're correct. Um, yeah, I guess what is your experience with this? Like, it's just getting your curiosity. Like, there's something about it that's got your curiosity, or something about this person specifically. Because again, there's this thing here about water where it's like, and it wasn't that much in comparison to how much land was around. So to me, I guess it's kind of like an opportunity, an opening. It's controlled, but it's also available. Oh, what was your vision of, if you don't mind me asking? All these cups are hella full. Oh, that's really cool. I want to look at this Six of Cups too. You don't even watch football. Yeah, that's really cool. That energy sounds very helpful. Of like, kind of odd, like, but exciting at the same time, and depthful. That energy is like just super inviting. That kind of like imaginative um, excitement. I like that. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for your question. Hey Pallavi, how's it going? Oh, thank you. Same to you. What are the current feelings of Rakesh for me? There is some kind of like truth or something that's being reflected back to them. And it's creating a lot of emotion within this person. So it's like if this person looks at you or this person is thinking about their relationship with you, there is some kind of truth about this person that's immediately being reflected back to them. And it doesn't always feel so great, but it also comes with this feeling of, I kind of want to right this wrong, or I kind of want to be a vibrational match to this truth. I don't want to be wearing this kind of veil or cloak anymore. I don't want to be um, like tiptoeing around. I don't want to have to hide myself or pretend to be something that I'm not because I'm being shown back to me something that I don't really like. And I feel like it's moving this person towards um, getting themselves out of some kind of feeling of lack or victimization for themselves, or um, it could even be like a physical loss. Like, say this person sees within the dynamic of this relationship how they value themselves, or how they value other people, or the lack of their value towards other people. And it's like, hey, I don't want people to think that I am like this. So let me actually change my behavior. Let me be more attentive to my relationship with this person. And it's kind of creating a deeper sense of stability. It's kind of a transition into an invitation for something more foundational, something more prosperous, something that can kind of take care of itself over time. And not only that, but actually give back. Um, mm, this person was married, but then they tried to play. What do you mean by that? I have good feelings about this person because it's like what I saw was like the sun's reflection in a thing of water, and you could see the reflection like so clearly, and the sun to me is like something being illuminated, like a truth or something, and it was creating a lot of ripples in the water, which is usually like um, subconsciously somebody's beliefs, or an existing trauma, or something that didn't get processed as being um, brought back up. And it's like, I don't want to be like this anymore. Or I don't want to have this lack anymore. I'm done seeing myself as such and such, whatever it is being reflected back to this person. They came to me with all those false emotions. They tried to manipulate. Mm. Is what I'm saying making sense? It's like all of this stuff is that's what's being reflected back to this person in relationship to their relationship with you, or something having to do with you. And it seems like it actually benefits this person in the long run, um, because it's like, oh, once I see the truth, it's like anything other than that is sucks. It's just not as good. Just want to investigate a little bit with these love angels. uh And it's like, I get it, you know? I'm sure I've been that person before, like feeling insecure or confused or just not aware of my actions or my thoughts. And then I saw my reflection in somebody else that I was with, and then, that was when I was like, oh, I have a choice to do something different. I got you. That's probably a good move. We got, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And it was interesting because soulmate is also what came out. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. And also what we've been talking about, deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. But like I said, like, I get it, I've probably been this person. I'm sure I've been this person. But people change, and everything is really a mirror of ourselves. And so once we realize that and see something in ourselves that's like, oh shit, I'm like this, I've been doing this, then you have the option to be something different. And that's what I see for this person, is them taking that action. I do. I totally understand. How about we pull an oracle just for you, having nothing to do with this other person? Does that sound interesting? Oh, man. I totally feel you. I've been the homewrecker in many situations, and it's just not it. And actually, what it kept pointing me to is how much I didn't value myself. Because I would want the outside validation. I would want the drama, like, validating me and exciting me. That's what's up, Pallavi. I can also pull like an oracle just for you, having nothing to do with this person, because it's like, I know what it's also, I can understand what it's like to be in your position. Hey, what's up, Shirley? And then be like, well, what do I do now? Like, just with myself. Yeah, Shirley, you can go for it. Thank you. That's like my favorite emoji right now, too. Is that rose that you just posted? That's what's up. That's really cool. Pallavi, that's really cool. Can you please tell me how the Leo is feeling towards me, and will things move forward? Let's see. So there's this thing here communication, about communication coming in. Um, I immediately envisioned those Wi-Fi lines, like you would see on your laptop or something when you're hooked up to the internet. I'd be like, why the fuck is that? And then this came out, and this reminds me exactly of that. So it's talking about swift communication, somebody coming online all of a sudden. Maybe there's been a lack in this area, or there's been a lot of um, I want to say like dirty or clouded, um, or there's like a judgment factor involved. There's some kind of like misconstruing of the dynamic, or maybe there was even a situation which somebody was like, it's unfair that this person did such and such, or there feels like there's um, an imbalance morally with this person, or maybe you had an experience with this person where you felt not justified, or there was some kind of injustice, um, and wanting some clarity. And then here's this person stepping up, now having like a sense of balance, a good sense of where our heart meets mind, right? Because that's where you really communicate at your best, is when you have that sense of inner balance, and you're not coming from a sense of judgment or lashing out, or coming from a place of feeling victim, like, oh, it's really our minds that perceive something as like, oh, that's not fair. That's not how something should have happened. Da da da. And it can really cloud communication. So there's this sudden influx of messages. And it's interesting actually that I had the vision of the Wi-Fi lines because this is often fast communication. So how do we get fast communication in this time in our life is the internet, is text messaging. So email, look for something like that. He is my periodontal student. I'm not even going to act like I know what that is. And I am his patient. Trying to understand that. Maybe it is important, maybe it's not. I thought he liked me and we were really touchy and flirty. Oh, that's where this justice thing comes in. We were really touchy and flirty, and then I finally asked him to meet up, and he said we couldn't meet up. Okay. So here's this person showing up, right? And now they have this like sound mind. At first, I was kind of scared of him, and I would run from the connection. Then I decided to accept the connection. Interesting. What's a periodontal? That I guess that's just me. I'm curious. Like, what is that? Oh, hmm, got you. Let's see if this little booklet has anything to add. I like this little booklet. Uh, your idea of the truth is distorted. Look at each situation from multiple angles to uncover the real truth. Forgive yourself for any misguided decisions you may have made. So I feel like this might be coming on this other person's part because we're talking about the question was, what does this person feel towards me and what are their next motives? So maybe they felt like they did something wrong. And so that's where this now balance of heart mind is coming in. So if you have periodontal issues, it's help with holding your teeth together so you can keep your teeth. I'm definitely trying to keep my teeth in my head, dude. Well, I'm grateful for what y'all are doing then. Jesus. One time he took my blood pressure 6 times and called me good girl and extreme touching. Okay, those might be when I was reading this little booklet on the justice in reverse. Um, Forgive yourself for any misguided decisions you may have made. Uh, that would might be a really good example. I don't know. That could just be me, but that's kind of weird to me. Yeah, you said unprofessional. Yeah. So that happened. Um, that's what this justice in reverse is about. That's what's up, Pallavi. I'm grateful to have you here. I'm interested to pull some love angels, if that's okay with you. Yeah, dude. Hey, what's up, Adonis? Yeah, you go ahead and pose your question. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you received some like fast connection, like we were talking about the things that have to do with internet, wireless stuff, fast, text message, email. Hey, what's up, June? What's up, folks coming in? I'm gonna pull Love Angels for Shirley right quick because we just did their reading, and then I'll move on to the next question. What's up, June? I really grown to like him, but I've had very traumatic relationships. Yeah, that's what's up. Well, I mean, relationships are important, but your relationship with yourself is the most important. So if something's coming up, it might be good to spend some time with that, or um, investigate some healing modalities that you find to be useful to you. What's going on, everybody? I'm glad to have you here. What's up, Eternal Light? Again, so this is for Shirley. Okay, healing family issues, okay? Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. We just talked about how there's this kind of weird thing happening here. Um, when this person talks to you, I think it seems like whatever they're speaking is going to be the truth of what this person is really about. Because sometimes when we make decisions that don't feel good, just kind of overall, like them calling you good girl, all that shit, can really come from not who that person actually is, but from societal conditioning, aka patriarchal ideals. So it's like whatever this person's going to come to you with is the truth of this person because they've had some time to kind of calm themselves down and kind of get right with their heart and their mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. I'm reading your message right now. The first day I met him, I said, "Is school easy for you?" He said, "I have a bachelor's pad. I'm divorced." I thought, what the hell? Some patriarchal shit, possibly. You know what I'm saying? It has that undertone. Uh huh. It's kind of weird. It's 8:22. I see 22 all the time. So that's kind of what I'm got going on here. Hey, what's up, Amira? Yeah, go for it. Please post your question. All right, Shirley, I gotta move on. Thanks for your question. Thanks for connecting with me. I know, Adonis. That's weird because I was actually thinking about you not too long ago. He sent me a text a few days ago just saying that he called the other dentist about my appointment. Okay. All right. It's like, okay, let's see your true self, though. All right. So I've got Adonis says, "What's up?" And then right after that, it says, "I am Amira YT. Hey, I liked and I'm new. How will my manifestation go with the subliminals I scripted?" And then Adonis here right after. Um, man, little story about, I just started scripting about maybe a month ago, and I scripted the exact place that I manifested just yesterday. I'm living with my mom right now, right? And she's moving out in the beginning of March. And so I was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna need a place, right? So that's when I started scripting, and I really started getting into deliberate thought, using deliberate thought for manifestation. And I started scripting and journaling as if I have this thing already. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna be specific as fuck. So I was like, okay. I want to have dope housemates. I want to have my own room, private bathroom, private patio. I want to be a mile away from the beach, and I want my rent to be $400 or less a month. And I scripted that, and I literally got all of that. Um, there was like the last bit of all of that that came to me yesterday when the folks that I had come into contact with this type of room were like, "Hey, yeah, we would love for you to live for us. How's $400 a month?" I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So, anyways, that's my little story about scripting. Is that shit is powerful. It is powerful because it's really you that's powerful, and it's really like understanding the mechanism of creating something from nothing is the the way that the universe likes to be. That's its natural kind of state, and you are a part of that. Everything is energy, and that's including you. So that's kind of how we operate too as creators. Um, so having that vision, staying true to that vision, staying true to what makes your heart sing, but also not being attached to it to the point of thinking that without this thing that your happiness is not within reach. Your happiness is also always going to be a choice that you make. It's nothing outside of you. And it's once you get attached to something outside of you is actually when you start to create a shit ton of resistance to that thing, because you're constantly communicating that you don't have it. And the universe is going to look at that and be like, "Oh, let's give them more of this thing that they keep communicating." So that's my spiel. What's up, Queen? What's up, Aaron? Um, Man, actually, I use my phone to keep. Okay, so that's there. And then I use my computer to look at the latest. Okay. What did that person say? It's like, you stay true to the vision because your belief in it is everything. And if it's envisioned in your mind, then it's already happened. Like, there's no way it can't happen. You stay true to the vision, but you're not attached to the outcome. That's what it is. Okay, because, yeah, anyways. So, um, how will my manifestation go with the subliminals that I scripted? Let's see what's up. I want to ask you a question, uh, Amira, but after I pull some cards. Okay. So we are creators by nature. We are empowered beings by nature. what that means is, okay, so this magician here, right? Um, this person's like, as above, so below. So it's like, whatever, like what we were just talking about, whatever I'm envisioning in my head gets grounded down into my physical experience because I know that it's already manifested. I'm feeling it. I felt as if it's happening right now. I live my life as if it's happening right now. How would this person be, do, what would they believe? That version of me that has this thing, that has it right now, right? And that's the truth. We are empowered by nature because we have this ability to create first here, create the feeling as if you have it right now, and then you are an attraction point. You attract like things to you, and so you attract that experience into your physical experience. And there's also this aspect here of how is it safe for me to believe in myself? How far can I go with my imagination? Because your imagination is not just a willy-nilly thing. It's a for real tool that helps you ground down into your experience the things that you are envisioning. Even if you're not a visual person, what I'm also including in that is intentionality. What do you intend? What do you desire? What are some things that make your heart sing? And sometimes, if there's something that we want, but we were told as kids that, you know, you can't have this thing, you're not good enough for this thing, you're not worthy enough for this thing, those types of beliefs can act as resistances to us not just asking, but allowing that experience to come in. Because if you've ever listened to Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks, there it's like a 3-step. They summarize the whole manifestation mechanics into like a 3-step thing, where it's like um, uh, ask, what is it, something and allow. Let the universe do its work, I think, and then allow and receive. Um, and sometimes with the allowing and the receiving part, if we have certain beliefs that uh, stem from trauma or uh, taking on other people's ideas, um, consciously or subconsciously we've agreed to those ideas, they can act as filters, um, and stop us from taking action on inspiration, which is I feel that you are getting, because there's this person here that is connected to their higher self, which is an aspect of you. Your body is an embodiment of your higher self, of your soul. It's a projection of light. And you're also connected to the ground. You're also very much like, I am here to live in this physical reality. I'm here to fucking live. So it's like, I feel like the inspiration is there. And there's also kind of this pull of like, well, am I safe to believe in myself? Or, somebody told me I couldn't do such and such. So do I believe that? Or do I put more weight into what I believe? And so there's this thing here about, because I've got the hermit here, and I've got the hermit in reverse, and that's usually talking about this aspect of, you know, physically being with yourself and getting some space from whatever is going on around you, because there might be something that's kind of causing some triggers in relationship to the things that you're wanting to manifest. Um, and so when you get like physical distance from somebody or from an environment or something like that, it gives you an opportunity to kind of investigate what things are coming up so that you can be aware of the thoughts that are coming across. Um, because we're not our thoughts and we are not our emotions. We are the experiencer of those things, but it can be very helpful to be aware of certain thoughts and certain corresponding emotions that come with that, to know, okay, this is a belief that I can remove and clear some space so that something else can come in. Yeah, there's this aspect of trust here. Yes, there's this aspect of trust here. I'll write this little. Okay, yeah. If you feel lost or confused, go within. Trust that your path will become clear when you connect with yourself on a soul level. Be careful not to get lost in a deeply spiritual path, disconnecting from the outer world. So this is what I was saying is like I feel like um, you are getting divine inspiration, and then you act on that inspiration. Um, I feel like you are having this balance of being grounded and knowing that you're here and being present every day in this physical world, right? And when you're acting as if you have the thing that you already have, then you're not in your mind worrying about when it's going to get here, how it's going to get here, why is it not here yet? Because you're embodying the version of you that has it already. And that version of you, that person's not worried about where such and such is because they already have it. So it allows you to be present in every moment and not forget that you are a creator, yes, and you're on the spiritual path, yes, but you're also here to fucking live. Yes, because you do know what to do. And a lot of times it's just about like being able to relax, relaxing in the moment so you can enjoy it. Even something as mundane as washing the dishes, you're feeling like the water on your hands. You're feeling like the warmth of the water. Maybe when you're walking, you're aware of what it feels like for your feet to be hitting the ground because these are things that are happening right now. Or else you're in here and you're like, why isn't such and such happening yet? And then that's communicating to the universe that you don't have the thing that you want. And so it's going to give you more of that. Um, uh, yeah. And a lot of times it's like day to day stuff doesn't require a lot of action. What's up, Jada? Um, it doesn't require a lot of action. I think people, and I'm myself included, can get very much lost in like the societal conditioning of, well, people are wondering what I'm doing. And, somebody asks, when people ask, well, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? It's like, I've just been being, you're welcome. Um, but if you're caught up in what else can I be producing, or what else is other people thinking of me, and what am I contributing, and it's like you're contributing to just being on so many levels and so many different dimensions. You are literally contributing to you just being. There's not a whole lot that you need to do. And often, like from even personal experience, I find that when I am trying too hard, that's when I find the most resistance to things being allowing things to come into my life that I want. And then I can just like doing stuff that it just feels like I'm getting nowhere. It's like I'm doing all these things because I'm up here in my mind worried about what other people are thinking about me, or worried about why isn't such and such coming about yet, or well, what else can I do? And it's like most of day-to-day stuff is just being and surrendering and trusting. It's not a whole lot of doing. um, when you get inspiration to do something, um, then definitely, like, certainly take action on that thing. So, getting comfortable with surrendering. Um, I want to pull one of these self forgiveness cards because I like it in relationship to questions about manifestation. Because when it comes to manifestations and being a deliberate creator, which is what we all are, in relationship to this 3D plane, beliefs can get in the way. And we might not even recognize it because a belief is a thought that you think over and over until it gets normalized to you. So they're hard to recognize. But these cards are cool because they pinpoint certain things like that. Hey, what's up, Yurima? I hope I pronounced that correctly. Feel free to correct me. I am on Amira right now. I'm wrapping up Amira's question. So, yeah, okay, check this out. I forgive myself for not trusting in my ability to provide for myself or my loved ones. I choose to believe, right? Because you gotta remove old shit to make space for something else. I choose to believe that life constantly supports and guides me, sharing with me the potential to effortlessly receive what I need in every moment. I forgive myself for walking back my attempts to communicate my desires when met with resistance. I forgive myself for walking back my attempts to communicate my desires when met with resistance. I choose to believe that there is always room for varying perspectives, and resistance is a natural component of growth. So staying true to your desires while not being attached to the outcome. I forgive myself for not pursuing what I truly desire just because I don't know how to get there. I choose to believe that when I make an effort to decide what I want and commit to fulfilling my desires, that's that staying true to the vision, right? The most effortless path will gradually appear. So we're talking about really what we're talking about, staying true to the vision without being attached to the outcome, which comes with trusting in your process, being aware of your thoughts, and surrendering, which means just being. And if you still don't know what that means to you, like, go on a fucking quest. Ask the universe to show you what it means for you to surrender. That's what I did. And then I found out what it means for me to surrender. All right, I'm going to move on to the next question. Thank you so much for your question. I am going to move on to Adonis. What's going to happen with me and Tristan, aka Sam? I'm glad that resonates with you. You're welcome. It is simple. The mechanics of it are very simple. It can feel very challenging, though. I really resonate with that. But the surrendering part makes it easy. So once you figure out and discover what that means to you, and you can always ask the universe to show you. Your dreams are really helpful for that. All right, Adonis. What's gonna happen with me and Tristan, aka Sam? It seems like one person within the dynamic. First of all, I want to say that when I was receiving information about the pathway of this dynamic, it seemed like there was a staircase that was just kind of going on forever and ever, and it was just seemed kind of a little bit exhausting to me. Or it seemed like, okay, now we're on to the next thing. Okay, there's one more thing. Okay, there's one more thing after that. And then it was also interesting. I saw a bunch of um, candles, like those things that you hold that hold like a bunch of different candles. And when I think of candles, I think of like a process, because it would take a long time for those things to burn out. There's something personal about it. So, anyways, in relationship to the energy of these cards, or the energy that's representative of what I feel is going on here, um, there is one person here that has a pretty clear, intuitive understanding about what they desire. And it's different from a desire that's more um, sexual. It's different than a desire that's more addictive. There's some kind of dynamic here where someone is kind of separating themselves from something addictive, or something sexual, or something binding. There's more of a binding feeling here within this dynamic, some kind of bondage. Someone is kind of separating themselves from this dynamic because they have a clearer understanding of something that is more emotionally valuable to them, and it's kind of causing some conflict between the two. And so there might be one person here who is able to listen more than to able to listen to all perspectives, maybe more than the other person. Because, and I say that because of kind of this resistance that I was feeling in the vision that I got. And kind of because this Five of Wands here, where it's like everybody wants a say in what's going on. And, one person could be like, well, we've been doing things like this whole time, so why can't we continue things like this? And the other person's like, well, it doesn't feel good to me. I know what feels good to me. So um, it kind of seems like, please correct me if I'm wrong, the situation better than I do, but there seems like there's someone here that is staying true to themselves and their vision and what feels good to them. And it's like, I want such and such in a type of dynamic because I have such and such dynamic within my relationship with myself, and I hella respect and I love myself, so I'm going to stay true to that vision, even if it creates some tension. I'm going to pull out my little book here. Be aware of self-sabotage and self-destructive behaviors. Release any self-imposed limiting beliefs that are standing in the way of your growth and expansion. Um, yeah, right. So this could even be like, if it's not like a physical, um, if the dynamic itself, it doesn't feel like a bondage, maybe there's something within one of these people or one or more of these people that feels like, oh, I've been having these limiting beliefs and I'm seeing them being reflected in this dynamic with this person, because everyone and everything is a reflection of actually what's going on inside of us. I understand more of what it means for me to be true to myself and to stay true to my vision, and uh, listening to your heart. A time of high intuition and creativity, really understanding your flow, and making some moves that might cause tension to be free of these things, or at least voice yourself, or try something different, or have a different perspective than the other person in the dynamic. um, there's different perspectives coming together, I guess, and it's like, can people listen to each other? And if you can't, then can you remove yourself from something that feels limiting to you? Um, Let me pull some love angels here for this situation. Adonis, is any of this making sense to you or resonating with you? I'm definitely seeing some clarity. Someone is very clear about what seems more true to them, even though it might be causing some tension or is coming from a different perspective. It's like an inner truth is more important. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Heart to heart conversations. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Because there's something about it that feels very, I'm on this step, and then I'm on this step, and what's next, and then the next thing, and it's like a slow build. I don't know, that's just what it feels like to me. Alright, I've got to move on to the next question. Thank you for your question, Adonis. The question that came after, was Aaron. I don't know if Aaron is here. Was with a Sag girl. No contact right now. Will she come back contact me? Because I saw her with the ex-girl online and they've been posting that they're best friends. Is this intentional to catch my attention? You're welcome, Shirley. Aaron, if you're still here, this person is not intentionally trying to get your attention. They're literally just living their life. They're literally just living their own life. And they don't mean or think of you in any way that is like negative. They don't think bad things for you. This person just literally is not interested in being bound by the same way of thinking that they were once thinking. um, they've kind of removed themselves from any self-imposed limited thinking, and they're really just living their best life. They're really just doing them. um, they're pretty tapped into what it is that they want, and they have this sense of freedom and independence from not being bound by the same type of thinking or beliefs that they once had. But that's really all it is. They're really just living their life. Will this person contact them? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's really it. That's really it. Mm. You know, I don't see this person coming back. I don't think that they have ill feelings towards you, but they do have their guard up in relationship to you. So as of right now, I don't see this person. Okay, they have their guard up right now, right? They were hurt in some way emotionally, not feeling free to wear their heart on their sleeve in relationship to you. Um, Not right now. But again, there's not this feeling here of this person has ill feelings towards you, and it is possible that this person could reach out, but I do not see that happening right now. Right now, they're kind of just off on their own, doing their own thing. Yeah, that rainbow, that rainbow. They got love though. They're kind of hurting. They're going through some stuff and feeling on guard, but they're moving. They will move through that, and then that's kind of a better place for somebody to be communicating and reaching back out to somebody in the past, anyways. If they were to try and reach out to you right now, which I don't see happening, it wouldn't even be. It would not feel fulfilling. So it's probably best. All right, that was for Aaron. I'm just looking for whatever. Okay, Jada. If you have some time, may I know spirit messages when it comes to love? Yes. Yes, Aaron. You're welcome. All right, so Jada, some spirit messages when it comes to love. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Take these. I'm gonna pull from one more oracle, and then I'll get into it. Okay. So, in relationship, you asked to know any spirit messages when it comes to love. So, all of these things that I'm about to read and share have to do with love on some level. Um, you know, I don't even know if you're talking about another person or you're talking about yourself. Because when I think of love, I think about like kind of all inclusive, because the extent that you can experience something with somebody else is gonna be reflective of what you've got going on inside. You know what I'm saying? So this can be representative of anything within that or outside of that, as opposed to like, oh, this specific person, da 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 da. And it also has a lot to do with then, because um, if everything is a reflection of you, which it is, and people, your relationships with people are a direct reflection of what's going on inside of you, then everything here, hmm yeah, will be helpful in the sense that, like, oh, say you are talking about meeting a specific person or something like that, but you have this belief that you're not valuable, well, then you keep meeting people that show you that you're not valuable. So it's like, no, I'm not trying to have that experience. So these cards are also really good at showing you what beliefs are you having that, like, hey, maybe I can get rid of this so I can make room for something better to come in. So there is this kind of, when I was shuffling cards, I accidentally hit a deck that I wasn't interested in using for this question, and two cards fell out, so I included them in this. Um, and it's talking about like, you can have whatever you want, and it always starts on like a feeling as if you have it right now, and including that kind of bringing it into the present moment type of quality, because the present moment is the right now is like where the solutions are. It's when you get divine inspiration. You have a really good idea, and then you take action on that thing. Um, so, staying true to your vision while not being attached to the outcome is kind of basically the like fundamental mechanics of law of attraction or manifestation, which is something that we are naturally very good at. We're doing it all the time, whether it's subconsciously through limiting beliefs, beliefs that we've taken on from societal conditioning, or um, somebody that we trust, that we're taking into consideration of their opinion more than what we believe to be true for ourselves. And then we take action on those things, and that's where shit can get really fucked up, because now you're not staying true to yourself. You've got this concoction of like limiting beliefs. What I mean by limiting beliefs is like, you have not consciously agreed to those things. You've taken them on, and you're thinking things over and over and over until they become normalized to you, and that's what a belief is. So it's like a lot of the beliefs that we have, we've taken in from our parents because we trusted them. We've taken it in from societal conditioning because everybody is telling us to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? And that can be really, really conflicting when you're on this spiritual path of awareness and now understanding that you are not your thoughts and you're not the beliefs that you've taken on. You're actually the observer of those things. And so that's what you are. You are awareness. You're the experiencer of what's going on. You're not the experience. You're the observer of the thoughts and the beliefs. You are not the beliefs. Um, so, like bringing back the example of like, I want a healthy relationship, but I have this belief that I'm not valuable. So if I've been identifying with thought and thinking that I am the thought, I am not valuable, I'm not worth anything, and you becoming that, because wherever you give your attention is where your energy is going to go, you're going to see that reflected back to you and manifesting in your physical reality, because the universe reflects back to you whatever you've got stored in your subconscious. You got your conscious mind that thinks things throughout the day, and apparently we think like 60,000 thoughts a day or something, and a lot of them are not true to who we are. They're just programmed in there. So there is this thing, this energy here of like, man, I want to know who I really am. And who I really am is not thought. And it's definitely not all these limiting beliefs that I have about not being good enough, that I can't believe in myself, I can't do this, can't do that. That's all fear based shit. That's all like, I'm just trying to survive, so I need to stay hooked to these thoughts, because if I don't, then I fear rejection, I fear separation, I fear whatever. It's just fear based stuff. So let me see if this book has any more. You feel trapped by your thoughts and your situation. You believe that you are the victim. Victim is a mentality, is a belief, but you're not your beliefs because you're not your thought. While it may appear as if you have few choices, the bindings around you are loose, and if you change your thoughts, you will change your life. That's a fact. I want to recommend this person, this person's channel, Roxy Talks. They are like a mindset coach. They have a bunch of videos on helping you understand that you are awareness, so that you're an experiencer, and how to stop identifying with thought and stop identifying with these fear-based thoughts, so that you stop taking action on these things, and then you stop attracting experiences that you don't want to be having. Roxy Talks, really recommend that. Let's check out this star. I love the star card. It's very dreamy. It's very intuitive, which I mentioned is like very uh, can cause tension when you're being a deliberate creator and you're wanting to envision things, but then you've got these limiting beliefs being like, well, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're limiting. They're like, they box you in. Uh, but that's all it is. It's a limitation. It's not you. It's not who you are. It's just a way that you've been thinking, and not just like you specifically, but I just mean like in general. This is a powerful time for inspired action channeled through your authentic self. So, really discovering what it means for you. What does it mean for you to be your truest self? Man, I'm on that right now, and I've watched people like Roxy Talks that are very helpful at giving like techniques and explaining what happens to you when you identify with thought. And there's a book called Untethered Soul that's really good. I'll just put it here just in case you want it. Untethered Soul. Untethered Soul, that talks about mind identification and how to break away from that, and what it means for you to be your natural, your most truest, most authentic self. It's not identifying with your ego. Your ego is a tool to help you take action on the inspiration that you get from just being. You, your truest self is what you're like when you're just being, and you're not having any expectations of yourself. You're not living by the constant mind running. You're just being. You're just relaxed. You're just allowing. And then when you do get inspiration, you take action on that thing. hmm I totally resonate with that. I hella resonate with that. And that for me, like, stayed with me even after that person wasn't around anymore. I was still getting triggered by stuff that was bringing up that pain that gets stored in your body. It gets stored in your body when shit doesn't get processed. It gets stored somewhere in your body, and uh, when it gets triggered, it goes up right up to your mind because it's trying to. You've got energy trying to move through you, but when it can't go anywhere, it just circles around itself, and it will go to various parts of your body and your brain, your mind. It will go there a lot and just circle around, and you start thinking about like reasons to validate why you're not good enough, but all of that shit is not true because you're not your thought. So have faith and be open to possibility and stay true to yourself. Have faith and trust in the universe, and you will share in its gifts and blessings. hmm Yeah, that can be really difficult. And I really like what I'm hearing is like this thing is talking about victim and how you're not a victim and how victim is a mentality. A victim is a mentality. It's not who you are. It's this kind of idea and the attachment to the idea that you are stuck, that you are powerless to something. But you're not. You're actually an empowered being by nature, using your thought deliberately. And a lot of it is about choice. What do I want to be thinking for myself? What experiences do I want to be having? And then choose to be thinking like that, regardless of what your conditioned mind is telling you. So check this out too, because now I'm on to these love angels cards, right? And the first one I pulled was love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Um, it's interesting because I also got this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So that could be for someone that is around right now, or it might not even come into your awareness about this person that you appear to be knowing already. Um, it could be something that comes in time, because I've also got this like love yourself first thing. And the thing about like the universe and manifestation, really just like the universe in general, is like everything comes from empty space. You can't be having something physical unless there is the space for it to be there. Empty space provides the ability for something physical to come in and be manifested. So it's like on a very vibrational level, when you have the belief that you are not good enough, in order to make room for experiences and a version of yourself that actually knows that you are good enough, you have to clear out that old shit to make the empty space for something new to come in. So let's move on to the next set of cards I got here. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, like more compassion and more understanding and stuff, you're able to give the world more grace. Today's soul action: look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critic and fill that hole with you. That's funny because we were just talking about how you have to have empty space in order for something to move in. Release the inner critic, right? Take that shit out. What gets replaced with that is your natural self, your soul's truth, your truest self. That you are infinite, that you are loved, and that you are already there. Because that's actually the truth. We aren't thought, and we aren't what we've conditioned our egos to kind of take over for us. Um, we are not that. We are the observer of all of these things going on. We are an embodiment of our higher self. What is your higher self? It is an aspect of you and an aspect of source energy. It is unconditional love. It knows unconditional love, unconditional compassion. It knows everything that you desire, that in your earth state, in your waking state, when you identify with thought, you have something that makes your heart sing, but that your mind's like, well, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's all bullshit. That's not true. That's not who you are. Your true self knows that you can have, be, do all of those things. It's mind identification that puts a filter in front of all of that. Um, so, really, everything coming together in your life the way that you want it to look really comes from you embodying your highest self. So, it's like, if I want to reverse engineer this shit and I want to be my best version of myself, and I know that my highest self has unconditional love for myself, I embody that as if I am that right now. What would that person and version of me be thinking? How would they be talking to themselves? What beliefs would they have? And it wouldn't be to critique myself, at least not harsh criticism. You know what I'm saying? So you can do some reverse engineering on that. And also here is interesting. Um, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as a part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Today's soul action: take a deep dive into your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the results you are wanting most in your life? I understand. Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because blank. So, money is energy. Everything is energy. I know it looks physical because light can act as a particle, like physical matter, um, and it's also acting as a wave. Um, when you get down to things at an anatomical level, you see that there is a type of structure, an anatomical molecular structure that is the same in everything. Um, at the base of atoms, um, our smallest unit of identifying physical matter, at the base of that, inside of that, is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. And that's everything. That's me, that's you, that's the wall behind me, that's the floor, that it's in the air, and it's money. That's paper. And so you change your relationship with money like you would change your relationship with anything else that you're trying to manifest. So it's like, and this person, Roxy Talks, does a really good job of explaining how to change your mindset specifically around money too. Is it's like, okay, what type of relationship do I want to have with money? What experiences do I want to have with money? What feels good to me? Not what have I learned from other people to be thinking for survival's sake. What actually feels good to me? Oh, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. What would that look like to me? What would it look like, the version of me, if I were to embody that right now, as if that was my relationship with money right now? What would that person be thinking? How would they be feeling? What visions would they be having? What beliefs would they be having? And I've got one more set here. I feel like I can only do one more question out of this, and then I gotta do like my night routine. So these self-forgiveness cards are really cool because they point out beliefs in you, the general you, that maybe you've been having that have been affecting the reason why your reality looks the way it does. But because you've identified with that belief so much, you're so close to it, it can be difficult to become aware of it. I forgive myself for mistaking solitude for loneliness. It's funny because I actually got this one today too. I choose to believe that solitude is a transient state, right? It's not forever, it's just kind of like a passing thing that's transformative. That gifts me, I choose to believe that solitude is a transient state that gifts me with clarity when I fully embrace the experience of being with myself. I fucking love being with myself. It can be difficult, but surrender, learning about surrender is like the fucking key, dude. It makes things so easy. A lot easier. I forgive myself for taking on other people's challenges before I have faced and handled my own. It looks like this, a lot of this reading, like from beginning to end, is really about you. I choose to believe that when I honor my ability to care for myself, I support in others the potential to do the same. Why do I feel like I got this one today too? I probably got that one before. I forgive myself for being so hard on myself and relentlessly expecting perfection. I choose to believe that I am doing my best in every moment, and every version of me is valuable as I continue to learn and expand in the potential I know is available to me. And that is the truth. The more you surrender and let go of this idea that I should be doing this or I should be doing that or I gotta do this and that, like, it's keeping you in a place of fear, of not relaxed, of confusion, of frustration. I believe that everybody is doing the best that they know how in every moment. So just kind of knowing that and being able to relax, and it allows for divine inspiration, for you to hear inspiration from your higher self, from source, a lot easier. And then you can take action on that thing instead of feeling like you got to take action every 5 seconds on something that based off of some pattern that you've been running in your mind over and over and over. Okay. All right, Jada. I hope that helped you. And it's always helpful for me because I resonate with all this stuff too. I'm telling y'all, I can do one more question and then I'm like, I gotta cut it. That's what's up, Jada. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for connecting with me. I still am trying to relax. It gets easier, and I'm sure it's different for every person. It looks like it's you and Shirley. All right, Roshni. Yeah, Roshni's my last question. What's up, Roshni? What is your question? Shirley, check out some inspirational videos. Those always help me. relaxation techniques. Very, very helpful. Breathing techniques. All right. Does Sanshraya still love me and regret cheating on me? Does he want to get back together like before as a couple? Okay, let's check it out. All right. Roshni is my last question. Does Sanshraya still love me and regret cheating on me? Okay, I'll try. It's interesting because I feel, or it appears that it's interesting because it feels like this person is very aware that um, something's been not properly closed, that something is not finished, and at the same time, this person's like, God, I want them to see who I really am. I want to have the experience where I am just kind of being able to be free and playful with this person, but I know that there's this unfinished lack of closure. Um, there's just not a whole lot of perspective. There's a very closed perspective as to maybe either what you think of this person, or what the overall perspective of the dynamic right now is. Um, it's like they are aware that there's this lack of putting things into bigger picture perspective, and so there's a lack of closure, and at the same time it's like, God, I want this person to see who I really am. I want to be able to be who I really am around this person, um, not knowing if it's okay for them to do that. Um, Feeling like, if I do that, will this person take me in? Is it safe for me to do that? Um, I'll look at something right quick. I don't know what this person is like now, but they've gained some kind of truth, from this situation that they had with you, where it's like they see themselves more clearly, even if that didn't reflect in the way that they behaved or the way that the dynamic ended. Um, and it's kind of like this person is kind of over being in a state of feeling insecure. Because that's kind of why people hurt other people anyway, or make decisions that might hurt other people, is because they might feel insecure themselves, or they feel unstable, or they feel uh, a lack of support, they feel alone. Uh, hey, what's up, Denise? Ah, Rashni was my last question because I gotta go to bed. Um, I'm gonna say yes, this person still has love for you, even though the situation itself has not been wrapped up. There's something not finished about it. There's also this aspect of this person is kind of, they've got some clarity from what happened, and so they're kind of like, you know, even if nobody else takes me back in because of what I did, I feel better about myself. Um, yeah, there's still a lot of not wanting to be vulnerable there. Um, some pain, some feeling like it's not safe. It's not safe for me to put my heart on my sleeve and express myself. I had an experience where that didn't work out, and it felt, I was strung out. It was just really overwhelming. And I just kind of feel like I need to drop this. I kind of feel like I need to move on to the next thing. This thing is blocking my vision. It's almost kind of like each person learns something from the situation. So it's like, I need to go take what I learned somewhere else. I gotta drop this thing because it was just too overwhelming and it caused me too much thinking. It wasn't even, I was putting my energy in the wrong place. And that's kind of feel like what would happen if this continued to try and work, at least for right now. So I want to pull a couple love angels and just see what else is here. So Roshni was my last question of the night because I'm pretty exhausted. I gotta go to bed. But if you had a question and I didn't get to it, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell for you'll be notified for when I come back on next. So we do have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And it's interesting because what else came out was worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this might, I mean, it could apply to this person, but this kind of seems to me like more in general of something that is more worth waiting for, especially with this like 10 of Wands in reverse, which is what I was describing as the energy of like, I've been putting my energy into this thing and it's like putting my energy into the wrong space. Something worth waiting for. There might be something else worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life, and this separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. So it's more like I don't see any kind of like hate or negativity coming from one or the other. I see people dealing with things that they learned and some residual pain that has not been processed. Um, if you're experiencing jealousy from this situation, you kind of putting your energy in the wrong spot. What can you give to yourself that you're wanting from somebody else? Hey y'all, Roshni was my last question. I gotta go to bed. Um, but if you didn't get your question answered, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for when I come back on. So, so it's like if you're feeling something that is you feel like is missing that somebody else could give you, you have everything within you to give yourself whatever you want. And once you start giving yourself that thing, then you have the experience of that showing up in your physical reality. Because your reality shows you what you are being. All right, y'all. I gotta go to bed. It kind of looks like somebody donated some money for a reading. And if you did already, please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell for when I come back on, and when you show up, you'll be the first one. All right, or even if you want to hit me up on my Instagram and just message me your question, then I can just message it back to you. My Instagram is LoveDivineWisdom. You can either do that, you can either message me through there and ask me your question there, June, or whoever donated, or you can wait until the next time I'm on so you can see me face to face and you'll just be at the front. So it's up to you. I appreciate y'all's time, y'all's time and donation of your energy, of your donation of your money. Um, and yeah, thank y'all for connecting and hanging out and being here. That's what's up, June. I'll see you next time, which will be soon, you know. I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope you have a good night, day, afternoon, wherever you're at. And much love to y'all.